Ignited souls, I am so ready to dig in deep once more. Are you ready to dig in deep once more? We are really into this delicious meal and we are acknowledging the presence of the High Priest Aaron. So if you've watched some of the videos, you will see. I'm hoping you catch on the presence of High Priest Aaron and inviting the 14 gods, of course. The 14 gods, we invite them into this space and so that we can get to acknowledge their attributes, their mannerisms, their talents and gifts, and how they can really help us on this journey that we are on. And it's like we have jump ship, so to speak, and we are on the fifth dimension, but we haven't gotten to our destination. This is how it has been, and this is why we are really wanting to know how to paddle our boat, so to speak. So, as I say, acknowledging all this presence around us and to helping us understand the essence of cross. Okay, and so the high priest Aaron, of course, who we have learned was the mouthpiece of Moses crossing the Red Sea, of the children of Israel onto the land of Canaan. So basically, I've done some presentations covering the cross a bit, and so okay, Aaron saying I'm talking too much. Well, it's not like I'm talking too much, but I'm going on. This introduction is too long. It says, just get on with it. Okay, all right, I get it. Okay, so we have been talking about the cross, and Aaron has been reminding me about let's just do this, about the presentation that I did on the course. And of course, because of the word cross has two S's in it, and Aaron used to really get in my attention to look at the two S's and what they represent. And I said, oh, it's the caduceus. So basically, they represents medicine, and it's like the two serpents. So again, he's saying as well, people are thinking, okay, it was one serpent in the garden, but they remember that there was two creations. So that's why people have not been really speaking the truth on that matter. They have been speaking about one serpent, but it has been two serpents. Okay, and the two serpents, whether they represent in male, female, up or down, all the polarities, but they are there, and they are there to help us. And he's really reminding me that that's why the word Jesus equals 11, just as the two S's there. And that's why, of course, Jesus is alive and had to go through the crucifixion, and of course, that's he's the medicine for the Christians. So yes, Aaron. Okay, and I'm hoping I'm doing okay here right now. So he's really reminding me, of course, and the word cross, or the symbol cross, is like your head, your two arms, and your 2 feet down, planted on the ground. So he's drawn our attention to the south, and he's saying it's like, really, I could see him saying, you need to go down, you need to go within. Down is like going within, go to the core, and that's why he's pointing out the knot in the word core. And he's also saying, like, if you don't do that, or what will happen. So it's like a question we need to be asking ourselves. If you don't go to the core of your being, what else, or what will happen? Okay, so back to the double S's. Aaron is really saying that the two S's, like, people have seen, a lot of people have been running and chasing the money, the dollar sign, thinking that's the medicine, like the caduceus as well. They think it's the medicine, but there's no escaping that. It says no escaping that. You'll soon find out something will happen in your life, and just like all of this is happening in our lives now in 2020, COVID-19, or coronavirus, or whatever is happening, or whether it's another whatever you want to call it, but whatever the world is facing right now is getting us, or it's meant to get us to go into the core of our being. Okay, Aaron. So he's saying, okay, remember that you have the word curse, the word curse, and there's curse, and there are two S's here. The two S's is pointing at, is still representing the two S's in the word cross, and that is really saying that's the life course. So the life course is like we need to find the serpent, and the serpent finds us, because that's why the serpent really glides and slides. It goes up and it goes down, it's able to change its skin. And so Aaron is really reminding us that we too need to change our skin. And that's why it says, of course, the word skin equals it. And that's why, again, that correlates with the word or the term Mother Eve ate, or to eat of something, eat of the fruit or the forbidden fruit, if you like. So you need to eat of a forbidden fruit to break off the old template that you have been on, so, and to set a new template. He also points out that in Canaan, we did the numerical value for the word Canaan. So Canaan actually is the template. That's what the children of Israel had to go through. They were going to set a new template. So Egypt actually equals 10, which was perfect in that sense, but perfection doesn't mean that you do not grow. So when something is perfect, you don't just stay, because as long as you're alive, you are growing, and you need to be and moving in life cycle. Okay, Aaron. And he's also saying that in moving in life cycle, you need to find that serpent. Oh, he reminds me as well. It's no wonder. That the serpent. Wow, I'm getting chills. The serpent with Pharaoh and Moses and Pharaoh, there was the serpent. So Moses struck his rod, and there was a serpent. And likewise did Pharaoh. There was Pharaoh also had a serpent. But anyway, Moses ate Moses's serpent swallowed Pharaoh's serpent. So I'm just going with it. And so basically he's saying this is what we are meant to do. It's like the two serpents, one swallows the other, but in that, this is the metaphor for wholeness, a whole cycle, meaning at that stage they had to release the children of Israel and to let them go. So this is a cycle, the end of that perfection. Nothing's perfect anymore. They have to move on. So this is really truly wonderful. So this is why we need to even in the curse, because that's why a lot of people, he's also saying, that's why a lot of people, when they have a calamity or a great adversary, they actually find God in that. In whatever it is they're facing, they actually find their ease, they find their place, they find their talent, they find the purpose of their life. So this is really truly a wonderful discovery as well. And he's saying, no matter what you've gone through, it's like your cure is actually in your curse. Your cure is actually in your curse. And actually we see that in the word curse. So basically it's like the serpent. You have overcome the serpent. You become the serpent. You become the serpent. And becoming the serpent is that you become as wise as the serpent. You become as cunning. You become as you're just wise, because you're able now to go up, you go down, you're able to see all things. So like the S with the serpent, it has two heads, if you like. And that's another representation of the serpent head. So the serpent has two heads. This is also a head. This is another one. So basically, whether it was two serpents or two heads, but it's still showing us the metaphor of which we are to become. Okay. Yes. So I had this. So in this dialogue with Aaron has also got us looking at where these letters, how they actually come into this equation, and we saw that two letters, the C and the S, came from this end, and we also see the O and the R come from the other end. And this also tells us, as if the cross in itself, we need to balance it out. We need to find a way to balance the cross, because we have C, R, O, S, And we did find as well that, let's do it on here. Oh, this is where we did the sign. So we had the C, ROS, and we also see how this has, oh, I couldn't do it on here, but it's like the same, um, okay. So it is really like the same formula, if you like. It would still give us this serpent like effect on cross, on the word cross. So basically we see that hey, okay, he's Aaron is saying, remember, remember. Yes, okay. It's about a north, south, east, west. North, south, east, west. It's like he's saying, remember when you in the mirror, when you're looking in the mirror. In fact, this is a exercise is giving us, get a full length mirror, and to really look at ourselves. Spread your arms onto either side, your just spread them open, and be thankful for this cross. And every morning do something or an affirmation of saying, I have the strength to carry my cross, because my cross is who I am, and I am my cross is light. You saying my cross is light, my cross is light. I can bear my cross. I can bear my cross. Okay, but it says do whatever comes to you intuitively, but remember this. Okay, so basically the cross as well, because it's 20 and we are in 2020, and this is why Aaron is really asking us to really revisit all the aspects of the cross. The cross is like, as he's reminded us in previous presentations, to put our feet down on the ground, really connect with Mother Earth, and really be thankful and express our gratitude for that which she has been and served us, and really extend our love. And he's actually saying it's like we need to do a confession and say sorry for the way that we've treated you, but really we are ready to come home and to learn of your ways and the things that are necessary for us to have this loving relationship. Help us, asking that we really recognize the gods to help us do that, the 14 gods. This is really wonderful. So basically, yeah, so he's also asking us to add these numbers up together as well. So we have 3 plus 9, 12, plus 12 plus 6, and this is 118. So 1 plus 8 is 9. So here, this is why Aaron is really saying this is 9, and basically you are needing to do this to understand the gods and really carry your cross, understand your cross, because you are now reverberating on the universal number of 9, just as Jesus was crucified, or even the word crucify, sacrifice is 9, and it is the 9 cycle. It's the cycle of 9 that we are meant to be. And he's saying yes, it's like we are in this new cycle now. And remember, he says 9 is 6 when you do the numerical value for 6. For 9. Okay, Aaron, I'm going to do it. It's like, just do it, just do it. He says, just show and not talk so much, show. Okay, so when we do the numerical value for 9, it is 5, 9, 5, 5. Adding this together is 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. And he's saying 6 really is like, this is where we know that we are with the said God. The said God is the word. And the word was, and he's saying to do the numerical value for the word. So it's 5, 6, 9, 4. Okay, so this is 24. So 2 plus 4 is 6. So this is why I said, remember, they said, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. So he's saying 6 here is really showing that you are God in this sense. And this is why he's saying that Jesus said, remember, isn't it said in your word or in your book that ye are God? So remember who you are. Remember who you are. And so this is the 6 here. He's talking about the number of man is 6. So he's saying saying your word, use your word to recognize who you are. This is really wonderful. So it says, okay, and remember how to go down to the core, go to the core of who you are, to discovering who you are. He's saying to me, I really should do the sign to show the two serpents as for those who may not remember. So when you go to the chemist or the pharmacist or the doctor, you see it all over the place. So it's the two serpents, and okay, and so there's a serpent, okay, and there's another serpent. This serpent has a funny head, but basically these are the serpents there. Oh, let's just do a better serpent. Okay, so here, and this is what we usually see. So basically, yeah, he's saying this is the serpent, and whether he said, oh, he's reminding me to say really say it's about also activating your kundalini. This is the serpent and the serum in your spinal cord. It's the sexual serum that you get activated and to open your third eye, and that's very important, he says. And I, of course, because I know this as well, and that is something very important for us to do. So this is the cross that we have. Our crosses are north, south, east, and west, and we have our responsibility is to carry that cross to become better versions of who we are, or who we think we are, is really to express or to explore the our job is really to explore the fullness of who we can become or who we are. Basically is really creative beings, light beings, and really conscious beings. Okay, creative, light, and conscious. Okay, so I feel I need to acknowledge the gods as well, and the gods are really instrumental because we are supposed to be really familiarizing ourselves with the characteristics of the gods and really understanding their makeup so we too can know how to be gods and create man in in our likeness. Yes, so to do that, of course, is to know the gods. And yes, okay, so we are wanting to thank the high priest and thank the gods and thank Mother Eve and basically really for this deliciousness that we have just partook of. Okay, whatever word is coming out, we'll just go with it. And oh, Aaron is saying, you're too bothered about being perfect. It's really get concentrating on bringing out the main message, and perfection will work its way as we go along, because it's reminding us that in Egypt everything was perfect. Everything was perfect in Egypt, but breaking down this perfection, you need to evolve into something else and to form that new template. He's reminding us to form that new template. It's the new template, just like Mother Eve ate of the fruit. Now we need to be eating of our fruit. Okay, so thank you very gladly. I am hoping that you have enjoyed this. I certainly have. I certainly have enjoyed this. So do share and subscribe, and of course, stay ignited.